Hello. Today I've kind of got a rant. It's a woman I know down the street picked up some John Deere Sabre lawnmower over the winter in the fall. I don't remember. I just know I saw it at her house in the wintertime. In fact, I believe I saw it there last fall. Well, now that it's time to mow the grass, she called me over and says she can't get it started. Okay, so I go over there and I get the battery and I charge it up. And I take it back the next day. I put the battery in. I go to try to find out why it won't start, and well, she didn't have no key in it. So I had to wait another day, and then I come back the following day. Whenever she had time, she just keeps calling me, wanting me to come repair this thing for her. And well, you know, like I said, first it was the battery, then there was no key in it. Then I get a key from her and I find out the ignition switch is melted. And then I see the couple wires down on the starter solenoid was disconnected. So I ended up taking that out. I found out that wasn't bad, but I chased down this wire didn't have no power on it, the control circuit to the solenoid. So I spent well over an hour chasing down that wire through all the safety switches. And found out the safety switches was bad, and so I finally got power to the solenoid, and as soon as you try to crank it, it smokes the fuse. So this mower of hers, it has significant wiring problems, and she called me over there as soon as she got the ignition switch and expected me to have it going in like an hour. And I mean, she don't even have gasoline to put in it. Had her boys run up her gas can and just had a dribble in it. Yeah, I mean, that gas had water in it. I took the fuel line off and run some of it on the frame of the mower, and it just had gobs of water and rust and crud in it. And I just don't understand how these people expect me to come around and work miracles when I have no materials to work with. I asked them if they had any electrical wires, and no, we don't have none. We don't have none of this. She acted like it was a major expense to spend $10 on a ignition switch. And I've had to trace down the wires on this thing. Here's a wiring diagram that I found online somewhere. And all the safety switches right here are bad. There's breaks in the wires all over. Personally, I think they're melted together underneath the deck because I did get the engine started and we couldn't turn it off. First it didn't have enough spark, and I unplugged the coil wire that shuts it off. And then we got spark, and then we got it going. It wouldn't turn off, and I had to ground the wire to turn it off. Because the key wouldn't turn it off, even if you plugged it back in. And like I said, the start signal wire, it's shorted to ground. I measured 80 to 90 ohms when all the ends were disconnected. So somewhere under that mower, it's got an 80 ohm draw to ground. That's why it's smoking the fuse. And I don't have no materials to work with. I don't understand how these people just expect me to come around and keep wasting my time when they know there was something wrong with it, and they expect it done like right now. This is just weighing me down, and this is the reason why I don't work in some of the shops around here, because they expect me to work miracles, and they only want to pay me for an hour and spend half the day doing some repair just to keep their customer happy. I'm getting real irritated with this because some of these employers around here act like I don't know how to do anything because they're used to these people that have never put their hands on a piece of equipment or a car and expect a dealer service. And when I read online about some guy that says they want somebody that's 20 years old that has 30 years of experience, I can relate to that. Well, I happen to have 20 plus years of experience doing mechanical work, and these people act like I can't change a frickin' spark plug or something. So frustrated.